Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to the Road to 100 in Code Vein. I said that backwards. So, 900 episodes and I'm still getting it backwards. So anyways, today we are going to be strapping in for the long haul here in the Cathedral. We're going to be running Mia's Blood Code Artemis with Mia as well, and we're going to be going through some of the hardest invasions in all of Vein. So strap in, relax, grab a coffee or something, and enjoy the show. So we're going to be switching back and forth between our Bayonet and our Rionac for Ichor recovery, and so this is a very difficult setup here that we have to go up against amongst all of these enemies here. And you'll notice that we have to kind of switch and swap along the way, and we're going to be given plenty of opportunities to die, and so we definitely need to keep our wits about us. However, because we have some pretty good gifts here, especially Blast Bolt along for the ride here, we definitely want to make use of Blast Bolt as much as we possibly can, just because of the fact that it is such a good gift overall. And we need to not use our weapon as our item of choice here. We need to use our gifts as much as we can. As you can see there, definitely valuable. Okay, let's go for some backstabs here. Now, we brought Mia along, not because we need her in any sort of manner or anything, but just because of the fact that she can be useful along the way here, and we're going to just make sure that you know, she's okay. Okay, let's get rid of these monkeys, and let's go ahead and blast this fine specimen here. Okay, we got the monkey version of the invasion here. Definitely not the invasion I enjoy, because monkeys are awful. Oh, okay, there goes Mia. Okay, now let's see if we can get our way out of here. Alright. Invasion number 1 here is always super difficult. So let's head over here while we get our bearings a little bit. Go ahead and attack. Good. Alright. You're gonna attack. I'm hopefully going to get a backstab here. Let's see who's coming down the road here. A monkey. Okay. And definitely for monkey, I want to do this. And for this monkey. And I knew that was incoming. I was trying to dodge. You may have seen the spacebar be pressed there while I was in the defensive there. So definitely difficult to get through this invasion. We were on a pretty good path there at the beginning, but then Mia decided that it was just not in her business here to continue on, unfortunately. But Mia's an okay partner for what we're going to be going up against here. Nothing too astronomical here that we're going to have to go up against. The problem is that we obviously don't have a healing gift, so we can't keep her around for longer engagements and stuff, but that's okay. We should be completely fine. Alright, so as we get into the invasions here, you can notice that everything is literally just like ganging up on us and taking us down at every single turn, and that's okay. Unfortunately, we got the monkey version that time, so this time it will be a different version here. Oh, okay. Not off to a great start here. I got the lock on the wrong enemy here. And I'm dead. Oh, okay. Alright. Definitely on the wrong enemies here, so this is definitely weird. Okay. Alright. Oh, monkey? Oh, of course. Okay. This is not going well at all. Let's go ahead and heal. And we're gonna get attacked yet again. Unfortunately, we did not get a launch there. How I wanted. Okay. Two bad attacks there. Okay, good. Is this a monkey? Oh, good grief. Enemies coming out of nowhere is awesome. There we go. And, oh. And taking damage from, not, oh. Okay. Okay, let's, switch it up here. Oh. Alright. Let's get rid of this one. Let's heal. Okay. Okay, now the big chunky one here. Okay. Good. Backstab, that should be the win. Okay. Fairly good. So, you can kind of chalk this one up to a win for Blast Bolt, because Blast Bolt is so awesome, and this is a great example of why it is so good. It's one of the best gifts in the game, and here in the Cathedral it shines, even though it's kind of a strange gift to think about in the sense that it just kind of always wins. Because it's just a couple of balls of electricity that come out and attack the enemy and stuff, and it's just that good. So at any chance and any time you have the ability to use Blast Bolt, go for it for sure, because it is one of the best. Okay, so here we should get a few shots off. Oh, okay. Mia messed up the parry timing there. Fortunately, we had just enough time to be able to get a parry. That is really important, and we're just gonna leave that guy alone because there's no reason to go after him. Now as we come over here, there is obviously another parry if we oops, if she does the teleport. There it is. Okay, and then we can do this and this. So we can use all kinds of different abilities here: parries, attacks, gifts, weapons, shots, you know, so on and so forth. We can do some pretty amazing stuff. So let's go back to our sword here. And definitely super valuable there to take that enemy out fast with no repercussions. And the Cathedral is definitely one of the most difficult places in all of Vayne. It is absolutely brutal, and it will, you know, crush you, spit you up, chew you up, spit you out, throw you around, toss you around, make you question everything, and then it will continue on. So it's definitely one of the wild places of the game. for sure, in a lot of ways. So as you continue through here, the funny thing about the cathedral is that you go through and you get to a point where, oh, you're using all these gifts and everything along the way, and then you get to Aurora and your gifts are kind of almost pointless in a sense, because you need to be going for a lot of different strategies for Aurora, and none of them have to do with going for a whole bunch of gifts. So like this build that we have right here would absolutely not work for Aurora. So we'll get as far as we can today, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. But this will probably be our excitement for the week here. I've got definitely some conflicts the rest of the week, but I figure a little bit extra of a longer video here for the cathedral is warranted, since the cathedral is just extra crazy. And so as you can see, lightning is not very good against the purple ladies. They only have a 10% weakness to it, as opposed to those golden warriors where they have the same 10%, but they are weak to pierce. Now we do not have any piercing business going along here, except our bayonets. I wish that thing would come over here and stop playing with Mia. Okay, and I don't want to attract the other one. Oh, the other one is here. Okay. Well, you wouldn't be in trouble if you wouldn't have attracted her. Okay, Mia's gone. Yes, as well you should be. Okay. So we're going to be soloing it here for a little bit. I didn't think Mia would be able to get through the cathedral here without dying, at least a couple of times, but that's okay. It's to be expected. Now this enemy we are going to use as our backstab loader, and we'll just go ahead and dispatch her pretty quickly here if we can. And always go for the backstabs on this enemy, since they go very, very fast. And you can do many backstabs with a blood veil like this, because you don't have a whole lot of damage coming out of it. And so you can use enemies like that, where they have very generous backstab regions, to constantly give them backstabs, and always get good benefit out of that. So as we go up to the next enemy here, obviously we will switch for our bayonet, and go for a couple of shots, as well as a couple of parries and backstabs if we can. Okay, that is a backstab approach there. Now if we do get the chance here, we will go for a parry. Oh, that is nothing. That is a backstab approach again. And then we'll back up and see if she has something else to do. That is definitely bayonet shots. Okay, well, definitely not what I was looking for, but that's fine. And here we'll go for 2 bayonet shots. We'll switch, and then we will go for the business here. Okay. So this is how you can take kind of average things, a bayonet and a halberd, an abnormally high I-core recovery halberd, nonetheless, and kind of pair them up into a single build and kind of use what you need when you need it. And we are able to only kind of use the things we need to when we have those opportunities in front of us. We don't actually need to go and, you know, do something wild and crazy. We're just going with one underlying benefit here, and that is lightning. And we should mix and match a couple of other various elements in here for specific reasons, but you know, this is completely fine, that we can go for something as basic and generic as just find lightning gifts, find some good ones, go up against these enemies, you know, and kind of do your best with what you have. And as you can see, we just kind of steamroll and win the day. No big deal. Let's go ahead and get our mark. Why not? We're here anyways, and it's fun to just collect more. Even though we're not getting anything for them, it's fun to still collect them. Alright, so here we're faced with another enemy that we can die against. Okay, Mia's gonna just put her in the grave here super early, and we'll just go ahead and heal up. So you can see that you make one mistake in vain at the max difficulty, and things just fall apart super quick. So that was on me and no one else. So when you're making builds, and you're making kind of average builds like this, where you just outfit yourself with a couple of gifts, and you just want to go, you know, push the button and whack stuff in the game, things can turn out all right. It really is benefited though, and really bolstered by the fact that you know which enemies you're going up against, and which enemies do what kind of things, and what weaknesses they have, and what you should be doing against certain enemies. But most of the time, that's completely fine. You don't really need that. It really does help. As you can see in this case, we're able to go against a bunch of these guys based on what we know we're going to be encountering, and where they're going to be, and how they're going to attack, and what's coming next, and what kind of items we're going to have to think about and stuff. It really takes you know, all the guesswork out of the game and stuff, which is great. We don't need to be guessing about where we're at and what's happening. And so when you go to make a build, you kind of have to think about the idea of, what am I going to go up against? Where am I going to be next? And what are some things that I should really pay attention to before I get into that area? And sometimes you can't know that, and sometimes you can know it. Okay. Well, and like, that was just completely crazy that he hit me twice. That has not happened for many runs, but that's fine. He definitely got a lucky strike. So as we come up to the Berserker here, we're going to have to start to think about, well, if we're going for an average kind of build set here, what kind of thing are we going to need to do in order to be successful against him? Well, it's actually pretty easy here for us, because all we have to do is just kind of think about the fact that, well, we switch out our lightning gifts here for blood gifts, and we will be up and running on our way. So no big problem or anything like that. So it should be pretty straightforward, pretty simple, and just go for those blood gifts and we will be up and running. And as you can see, going for a little bit of mix and match play there, where you go for some damage on weapon to get Ichor back, and then go for some damage on gifts. Definitely things can perform, you know, ideally how you would like to in almost any and all situations. So very good. Now, as we get into the second invasion, things are going to take a little bit of a downturn here, in such a way that we should rest a little. We're not really going to have any kind of super benefit on our side. Our partner is most likely going to die kind of immediately, so that is super bad. And so keep that in mind. We'll have to consider a couple things differently for that fight specifically. So and again, great ways of performing different attacks on different enemies, knowing what you're going for, getting those parry timings. Parry timings in Vayne are fairly difficult when you first engage with it, but once you get to know the timings and how things go along, everything kind of becomes very, very obvious when to go for different things and when to attack and do, you know, what kind of things are important to look for on the enemy when they're twitching, when they're moving, when they're doing different things. What is the most important thing that you can go for to make sure that you are always having the upper hand. Okay. Now, as we continue along here, we do come up against a couple of difficult enemies that are pretty stout. Like this area, we have monkeys and this enemy, so we definitely don't want to fight monkeys. So we will absolutely take the coward approach here and go for this enemy independently of the monkeys. Oops. And we do not want to be engaging monkeys if we don't have to. So we will get rid of monkeys as we need to. And the beauty of Rage of Perkunas, that it can kind of shoot behind you. Very, very strange how that kind of twists around and everything, but it only requires you to be locked on at the very, very, very end of the animation. You can do whatever you want before, during the animation, but as soon as that arm swings to the side, then all of a sudden it's very important that you are locked on at that immediate moment, and then you will cast it, you know, directly in their face, which is awesome. And a backstab to boot, which that will be very good for our next encounter, as we have a gunfight and a very, very problematic enemy to deal with. This is how you get down to get up. That's exactly right, Mia. So again, I thank you all for joining me on this journey. Very, 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 very interesting journey to be going along with, and it's definitely a very, very long journey. But it is worth it in the end. So let's see if we can hit this guy. Perfect. And we're gonna switch this, and let's see. There's the teleport. Okay, that is a very, very important silence. Whoops. Okay, let's go for big damage here. Okay, let's go ahead and heal up. Now, we open the door, so there's no point in getting the ladder over there. But what is important is going for this door as fast as we can, so that we draw this enemy over, and we get all the iframes of the door opening animation. And that does not cost us anything, which is awesome. And then because we are able to immediately follow up a backstab there with several gifts, we're able to make very quick work of everything. So good. We've got our run back open. Mia's still alive by some miracle, and we're ready for the Berserker. So obviously we want to go for blood things here. So we want Sanguine Roar. Whoops, I want Widening Mass, Sanguine Roar, and then here we'll go for Dusk Edge. And that should be a pretty good setup. And obviously we do have our bayonet with a blood gift there, and so we will make sure we take advantage of that when we can. And going through the Berserker here is no big thing. It is just simply making sure that we, you know, pay attention, behave, and make sure that he behaves as well. And so for now, let's back up here. Go for some bayonet action there. A knockdown is always good to make sure that he is on the ground at all times. That is like priority 1 almost. Let's go for another big attack there. And more backstabs just to keep him stagger locked here as much as we can. And get some I-Core back. Now, we definitely need to get back away from him onto the other side of the arena and go for a ballistic shot here. And we should be good. Okay. And Mia is dead and back. Okay. And so that's the Berserker. Pretty good fight there, all things considered. But you can see that having a lot of I-Core recovery mixed with the fact that we have a lot of ability baked into our gifts here, very, very, very good. Okay, so we're going to bring Plasma Roar. We'll bring, Rage of Perkunas, and we'll bring our Blast Bolt. We'll go back to pretty much what we had before. Now we do have 50 I-Core, so that's good. I definitely don't want to lose that for this invasion. That is really, really, really helpful if we can keep that going during the invasion. There's no guarantee, obviously, right? But whoa, that was weird. Okay, and parry. So again, buckle in for this invasion here. Absolutely crazy difficult of an invasion here that we are coming up against. So keep that in mind. Definitely don't want to jinx myself or anything like that, but we are going to give it our best. We're going to go for this enemy first, just to make sure that it is out of the way. Because once the invasion starts and you face off against this enemy, it is awful, awful, awful. Good job, Mia. There we go. Okay, now we can get started with the carnage that will ensue. Okay. Okay. I hear a monkey. That is not good. Get it, Mia. Nope. Oh boy. Mia's doing surprisingly well over there. Holy mackerel. A 1 heal, 1 cycle. Wow. Okay. Well, definitely was firing on all cylinders there. Good thing I had some cookies before recording. Because I'm definitely feeling the buzz. So, note to self, definitely get your sugar high on before the invasion goes, because that definitely was, wow, that was probably one of the best invasions I've ever had in Vayne, just now, so amazing. Anyways, moving on, and that was, wow, how do I even follow that up? I don't know. Whoops. Oh, Mia got hit. I thought I got hit. I don't know what was going on there. I'm kind of still flabbergasted by all that. That was pretty incredible. If you've ever done that invasion, it is astronomically difficult, and we just one-cycled it, so pretty impressive. For myself, I'm just, wow. I hate that invasion. It's very difficult. But anyways, you can see that the mix-up that an average kind of build can have, the impact that it can make on the kind of engagements you're going to have. You can mix and match between the different gifts that you have and everything. Absolutely makes for a fantastic switch and swap kind of playstyle. And so you're able to kind of get what you need when you need it, because of having, you know, quick damage out of Blast Bolt, and then having pretty good I-Core recovery out of the bayonet, or out of the that is certain death, out of the Brionac here, and then we can switch to a bayonet if we need to. But having the ability to run through different damage values and types when you need them, it is really helpful in order to make sure that you always have the best kind of engagement style available to you. As you can see there, definitely helped to have a few hits and to stagger, and then into a couple of gifts to finish her off. So you can see that the damage output in the game is pretty balanced, in the sense that we definitely absolutely have at our fingertips all the damage we need in order to execute and perform, you know, kills on enemies whenever we need to. The problem is obviously that if we don't pair that correctly or rightly, we will be missing out a whole lot of the time on what we need to do when we need to do it. And so, like here, it's way more important to go for launch attacks instead of actual damage, because we get I-Core, which then means I can go into big damage here, into more damage. So very good, and definitely want to go for the shot there. And then we'll go for a bayonet shot into a parry, and then we'll go for the big Chungus over there. So let's get rid of her. So you can see that we're really using everything our blood code has to offer here. And Artemis is, you know, like, it's a good blood code and everything, but we're definitely putting it to the limit here of what is viable and possible to come out of it. Definitely on the good end here of everything that it offers. We are really able to take advantage of all of the good perks and qualities of the blood code here for sure. We have good willpower, good dex for our bayonet if we choose to use it as a stabbing tool, but we also have good mind and willpower scalings to make sure that we have, you know, enough damage on our bullets, or enough damage on our gifts, and enough I-Core recovery on our Brionac, and so on and so forth. So have a lot of good things going for us here, even though this is not a strength setup or anything like that. for big weapon damage. Sometimes it's not about the weapon damage, sometimes it's all about what you are just pairing amongst the, you know, basic average regular gifts of the game, and when you start putting them all together, things become pretty awesome overall. Definitely get that parry. And so then we can follow it up as you know it there. So very, very good. And definitely get this enemy going. Wow, that was a very late parry. My goodness. That was very dangerous. Definitely playing with not fire here, but you know. Good. And we don't need to get the other enemy over there in the corner, so we will just continue on our way to get the key. So pretty pleased here with our performance through the Cathedral. Overall, pretty not simple, but definitely pretty good overall, just because of the fact that, you know, we're running not like one of the best blood codes or the best builds or anything. We're not specialized in any one thing except lightning, and that's kind of all we're doing. So kind of interesting here as we move into the Aurora fight. We will cut it here. We won't be taking on Aurora in this episode today. I like to save that for, you know, kind of a different build setup. But you can see how when you pick a blood code, you can kind of stay with it for a little bit of time. You don't have to stay with it all the time, and you're able to make some good things happen in just, you know, how things are executed along the way. So keep that in mind as you go through Vayne. You don't always necessarily have to try for, you know, Jack, Fatal Surge, Louis, Reckless Abandon one-shots on the bosses and everything. That is absolutely fun to do, don't get me wrong. I take a certain pleasure in seeing how much physical damage we can possibly put out on a boss at any one point in time. But being able to run through the Cathedral here with, you know, in like 30 minutes or whatever is pretty amazing. That a build like this and some gifts like this with some weapons and things can actually sustain you pretty well if you know when and how and where to use them, and you can make some pretty good things happen. And you know, this is Artemis. You know, this is a pretty early blood code as well. Fairly balanced. 3 C's or 2 C's and a D is usually on the lower end of what you would consider a very, very good blood code. But because it has all the right options in all the right places, it does make for a pretty good blood code and a pretty good building code as well. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next week. I got some, like I said, some conflicts this week, and we'll be getting into Aurora and beyond next week. And so we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.